Do you have peace in your life? Do you? Do you have peace? Do you want peace? How do we have peace? Well, watch and you'll find out, hopefully. Okay, so we don't have peace. Why don't we have peace? You know, if you don't have peace, why don't we have peace? Okay, yeah, we could argue the world is chaotic, which it is at the moment. It certainly is. It certainly is. On the outside, everything's chaotic, isn't it? In the world we live in, it is chaotic. However, do we have to be chaotic on the inside? Ah, well, we don't have to be chaotic. We don't have to be. We can have peace. We can have genuine peace on the inside. You know, we can have peace. It's not just because everything else around us has gone crazy. It doesn't mean to say that we have to as well. We don't have to join it. Okay, yeah. So, you know, there are many things that could go wrong in life. You know, things do go wrong. It's just life, isn't it? You know, and if you expect it to go smoothly, then we're not being realistic then, are we? So, yeah, so, you know, in life, there are things that will go right, many things that will go right, and there are some things that will go wrong or not as planned. But then we have to learn to be resilient. Yeah, resilient is important because resilience is important. And how do we become resilient? We become resilient by looking ahead and planning ahead and seeing, you know, what could possibly happen. And if that happens, then what plan do we have, you know, to help us through whatever it is. Yeah, the situation, whatever situation. And yeah, being resilient is an important part of life. It does actually lead to you having peace, yeah, being peaceful. Cheerfulness is a good thing as well. It helps you to be peaceful, you know. When you are peaceful, you're cheerful, basically, you know, on the inside. And I find that being appreciative for little things in life are so important. It really is. I mean, you know, people go through a lot of things and yeah, we sympathize, yes, we do. But, you know, we also have to understand that it's all part of life, you know, and if we expect life to go smoothly, then maybe we're not being realistic. You know, we have to embrace those times, you know, learn to embrace life, the positives, the negatives, the highs and the lows, yeah. It's very important because life is a journey. It really is a journey. And, you know, sometimes there are some smooth roads and sometimes there are very smooth roads and sometimes there are some bumpy roads. You know, it's all part of the journey. And so it's unrealistic not to expect some bumpiness in the road of life. Yeah, so it's just part of what life is. It's how we build character. It's a lot of things. Yeah, so you know, I just find just being outside in the fresh air is just a wonderful way to restore your peace and to maintain your peace. You know, and also to sort of not focus on things, to be very present, to be mindful, you know, and don't worry about things. That's another thing. People tend to worry a lot, or overthink things, you know. I always think people do what's logical for them. You know, for example, I mean, I like walking. Not everybody likes walking, I'm sure. And people who don't like walking that's logical for them. But for me, just makes sense for me to get outside because I know I feel much better for it. I love it. It's a beautiful day. It's absolutely stunning day today. Absolutely glorious. It's absolutely wonderful. And we've got all this lovely nature around us. You know, wherever you are, you can find a bit of greenery and appreciate that. You know, so I think being resilient is actually being grateful for little things. You know, it's being grateful for the journey. It's being grateful for, you know, even if you make mistakes, I mean, you just have to accept it sometimes, own the mistakes and then move on or learn from them as well. But you can move on, you know. You don't have to languish in those mistakes, you know. You don't have to, and this is for anybody that's going through anything like mistakes or whatever it is, things that have happened, trials, whatever. Yeah, you can you don't have to sit in it and languish. Yeah, there might be a little bit of sadness or whatever it is, but that's part of life, isn't it? If we don't expect to be sad at some point in life, maybe we're not being realistic. Yeah, so I would say that having peace is basically knowing how to be resilient, you know, and knowing how to be resilient can bring about peace. And peace can bring about cheerfulness, happiness, joy, even. So all those things are related, and they're not related to the fact that you have no problems in life. It's not linked to the fact that you have no problems in life. It's not linked to the fact that nothing is working for you. It's just those are things that are external, largely. Okay, I know there are some things that affect you directly, like illness, but even then, your spirit can still be positive, even though, because I've met people who are ill and they have such a positive spirit. So that tells me you can still be very positive in whatever situation you're in. And it's not that difficult. It's just about focusing on things that, things that bring joy to you. And it's usually the simple things in life. It's not always, big complicated things that, the big things. It's the little things, like just being able to wake up in the morning by appreciating the fact that you've got another day, just enjoying beautiful sunshine, beautiful walks, people around you, enjoying your children, and always seeing the best in your children, no matter what, because everybody makes mistakes. We're all on a journey. And so it's wonderful, really. I find it very freeing and very liberating to think like that, because I think it's being realistic, because life is a journey. Life throws all sorts of things at people. As a massage therapist, I come across quite a few people that have really suffered, but they're doing something about it. They come for therapy, they come for massage therapy, they're seeking out help. They are helping themselves to maintain their peace, by coming to massage, for example. People often, they when I first see people, sometimes they're a little bit stressed because of their situation, but after, they look so rejuvenated, and it's just wonderful to see that. The situation hasn't changed. No, it hasn't changed at all, but their perspective on the situation has. And that just shows me that, whatever you go through, you don't have to be down in the dumps. Well, at least not for long. Maybe for a little time, maybe you might feel, a little bit sad, which is quite natural. But we don't have to stay there, Sadness is part of life, isn't it? And it's okay if you are feeling that way. But however, you don't have to live like that all the time. You can have your joy, your peace restored, just by having principles in your mind that tell you, we're here for a short time, so we're here for a short time. And in order to get a perspective on life, between our birth date and our end date, there's a short dash, so what's the point being miserable during that time? It's about just having a very fresh perspective on life, and a beautiful perspective, enjoying the beauty, seeing the beauty in everybody, in everything. There's always two sides to things. The glass can be half empty, it can be half full. Depends on how you look at it, And so, if you're positive and if you're being peaceful, you're seeing that glass as half full, Yeah, so it's just a wonderful way to look at things. And if there are things happening outside of your control, sometimes you just have to think to yourself, well, it really is what it is. And if you can't do anything about it, then you really have to just ask for serenity to accept that, you know, and be peaceful about it. And I think the older I get is the more I realise that, there are just certain things you can't control, and that's okay. I don't really want to be in control of everything, but there are things you can't control in life, and there are things that you can control in life too. You can control your own spirit, your own attitude, your own joy, your own peace, your own long suffering as well. You can choose what you want to suffer about too, to some extent. And then you can decide when to cut off as well. And sometimes if you're suffering, it sounds difficult to hear all of that, but I promise, if you start just by being grateful for little things, just by being grateful for getting up in the morning, by being grateful for the fresh air that we breathe every day, by being grateful for, I don't know, just having the ability to tidy your house, and if you're working, if you're studying, whatever you're doing, you have the ability and the strength to do that, and just be grateful for that. you know I mean, I'm 60 and I'm still working as a massage therapist. That's a very physical job. But I love it. you know it's just so lovely just to see people revitalized, refreshed afterwards, and that you've had a part in that, a role to play. It's just beautiful. You know, I see people coming in, carers coming in who don't have much time for themselves, and you can tell them it's taken a humongous effort for them to book a treatment in for themselves, or it could be, to get that shoulder sorted, that stiff neck or that frozen shoulder, that they've been plagued with for a few months, and they finally got round to actually booking an appointment. And it's just wonderful to see them afterwards. It's like they've really just achieved something just by booking an appointment, or just even by going for a walk. Because there are some people that have just taken to their bed, because they are anxious, they have no peace, they've given up on life, and that's quite sad, because once you start doing things like that, just not stop moving, then your muscles will seize up, and then you'll become stiff, and it just makes the situation worse. And obviously, if you feel worse physically, it might affect you otherwise as well, if you can't do what you want to do in the day, So keep moving. Sorry about the lighting. Keep moving. Keep on moving. Keep thinking positively, and just be grateful for the little things in life. That's what it's all about, being very grateful. Once you're grateful for little things in life, that can really help you, to be resilient. It really does. I mean, you can go through almost anything then. It's just a simple thing, really, just being grateful, appreciative for family, appreciative for fresh air, the surroundings around you, flowers that grow, appreciative for music that you have, or if you play an instrument, be appreciative for that, appreciative for the food you have to eat. You eat every day, right? Yeah, you eat every day. Most of us in this country, in the West, we eat every day. So just be very grateful for that, Obviously, some people don't. So we shouldn't take things for granted. And I believe that being grateful, being appreciative really does put you on the right track to being peaceful, to being resilient, to being happy even, you know, cheerfulness. It's like, I remember I think it was a gospel singer, Ricky Dillard. No, he's a conductor, yeah. And he was saying he doesn't wait for anybody to give him his good time. He brings his good time with him wherever he goes. And I'm thinking, that's interesting, you know. That's a very interesting thing because most people, you know, want to go somewhere to feel good. You know, want to go here to feel good, go there to feel good. But he was saying, no, I bring my good time with me because it's on the inside. You know, once you have that peace, once you are appreciative for the little things, just I want you to take some time, and if you haven't already, to write down a list of the littlest things you can think of, right? And to be grateful for them. Things that life would be difficult without, like water, for example. Yeah? Water. I may have mentioned in a previous video that I was without water I lived in a house without water for about 3 months. That was kind of difficult. It was difficult. It was tough, you know. But, you know, we had the strength to go and get water and people were helping. And we had young children at the time as well. So, yeah, that was kind of tricky. But we all mucked in and, you know, everybody helped. But, you know, we soon managed to get out of that situation. Thank goodness, because it was tough. But, you know, you look back and you think, well, yeah, it was just a situation we went through. Yeah, we got through it, you know. Yeah, so you just learn to be appreciative of the fact that you have strength to, and, you know, the creativity to figure out how am I going to get things clean without water, you know. So, yeah, resilience is, you know, I would say resilience, the foundation of resilience is being appreciative. It really is. Being grateful for the little things in life, being grateful for, and of course you will be grateful for the big things, but it starts with the little things, you know. And that really does bring inner peace, joy, you know, just resilience, not being knocked down too easily. You know, if things go wrong, air commas, if things go wrong in life, you don't have to stay down. You can just do something about it. You can either change your situation, you can do anything, really. You know, you have the right to change your mind, even. You know, sometimes I said that to someone once, and they looked really surprised when I said it. You have the right to change your mind? Well, you know what? You do. You do have the right to change your mind. If you find yourself going on a wrong course or something, you can change your mind. Ooh, spider. Yeah, you can change your mind. You know, yeah, we are thinking people, you know, we are people who you have to really sort of sit down and sort of plan things out. And, you know, just I always start with things that I'm grateful for. And I find that it comes naturally for me now. I don't have to even write that down now because I naturally just find myself going through the day thinking, oh, thanks for that. You know, that's amazing. Really appreciate that, you know. It just makes such a difference in your life. And it's almost like it just puts you the right way up, you know. Because when I was younger, I used to spend, you know, it's be like, oh, somebody's upset me. Oh, somebody, you know, when I was much younger, in my 20s, I used to be a little bit like that. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, I wish I knew this a long time ago. But, you know, that's how it is. That's life. It's a journey. You learn, you know, you learn from your mistakes, you grow. And now I just feel happy, generally speaking, you know, cheerful, peaceful. But yeah, those are just some little tips, you know. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but, you know, it really does stem from being grateful for little things. I can't really state that enough. I can't overstate it because that is the secret of being resilient, of maintaining your peace, is being grateful, truly thankful for things. You know, even if you don't feel like it, at first you may have to write them down and you might think, oh, I'm not sure, you know, but, you know, just keep doing it until it becomes a habit. Being grateful, you'll find yourself being grateful for all sorts of things, you know. Like I said, I've even mentioned before, even if you're constipated, you can't go to the toilet. And that first time you go to the toilet, you're so grateful for that, you know. So you will find yourself being grateful for lots of little things that are very important things, actually. You know, it can start with, you can start there if you don't know where to start. Yeah, you can start right there, you know. Because these things are important, very important. I've always said it, you know, if you can't empty your bin in the kitchen, what state would the kitchen be in, you know? So these things, we shouldn't take them for granted. We should be grateful. You know, just as if somebody does empty the bin in the kitchen, just say thank you, you know. And it's the same with constipation. If you're constipated, whatever it is, just be grateful. Because, you know, without that, well, you know, just be grateful, not for constipation, sorry, but be grateful when it's over, you know, that prune juice or whatever it is you've taken to relieve, you know. Just be thankful that there is something on hand, you know, that we can take, whatever it is. Yeah, it's just important. So I hope those tips are useful. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my walk now. So I hope you get some fresh air as well whenever you're watching this. Hopefully it's in the daytime, you get some fresh air. And breathe. Take some deep breaths. Come alive. Be happy. Be cheerful. You know, you're more, and relax in life. That's so important. If you can get to relax, you know, go for a massage maybe. Go for a walk. Yeah. Whatever it is, do some stretching. Just relax. Move. Just keep moving. And you'll find that you'll feel much better in life. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've got something medically wrong, then you have to make sure you're on the right track, you know, with your GP or, you know, whoever, your care provider, you know. But alongside those things, you can also do some deep breathing, practice gratefulness. It will make a world of difference to you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video.